gases exert pressure.
Yeah, sorry.
Sir, I was not able to attend the last class.
Why?
Sir, I was outside.
Okay. Yeah, Raghav, what is the homework?
Yeah, yes, sir. The homework is why do gases exert pressure?
Okay, what is the answer?
Yes, sir. Gases exert pressure because it is caused by the force exerted by the gas molecules colliding with the surface of the objects.
Next, anyone answer? Any other answer? Next, other than Raghav, remaining people, you can unmute yourself and give the answers.
Yes, sir.
Fast. Why the gases will exert the pressure? Shiva, what is the answer? Ritik Reddy. First of all, everyone turn on your cam. Ritik, I can't see you.
I will rejoin and sort it. Then I will on my video.
Okay.
Yes, sir. 5 minutes.
The remaining people turn on your cam, everyone.
Sir, can I say Shiva Pranav?
Yeah, Shiva.
Sir, because of the dust particles and nitrogen like that.
Because of the dust particles in the nitrogen.
Yes, sir.
Why the nitrogen will do?
Sir, to make the gas heavy.
No. It's not the reason, exact reason.
Okay, sir.
I can hear some background noise from your side. So please mute yourself. Yeah, any other answers? Why the gases will exert the pressure? As Raghav said, it's correct. Whenever the gas particles will collide with the walls of the container in which gas is stored. Whenever the gas particles will collide with the walls of the containers in which it is stored, it will show some pressure. So to do the collision between the gas particles and the walls of the container or the walls of the storage thing, the gases will show the pressure. Suppose if you keep the gases in the cylinder now, the gas particle will collide with the walls of the cylinder. If you keep the gas in the bicycle tube now, the gas particle will go and collide with the tube, right?
Yes, sir.
Second, Mahavir, I can hear some background noise from your side. Please mute.
Sir, I'm on mute.
Okay. So when we pump air or fill air into the bicycle tube, the air molecule inside the tube collide with the walls of the tube and exert some pressure. Understand this point? If you
Yes, sir.
store the gas in the tube, it will go and collide with the walls of the tube. So it will show some pressure. The air pressure exerted from inside inflates the bicycle tube. The air pressure exerted from the inside inflates the bicycle tube. The pressure exerted by air filled in the bicycle tube keeps the tube tight and makes the bicycle tire feel hard. Yes or no? Whatever the pressure is showing by the air inside the bicycle tube helps to make the tube tight and makes the bicycle tire to feel hard. Then only it will move easily, right? The bicycle will move easily. So if we continuously fill more and more into the bicycle tube, the air pressure inside the tube will increase too much. That may cause the tire may burst. Whatever the required quantity, only we have to fill the air pressure inside the tire. If you fill the too much also, there will be too much of pressure will be generated. If the too much of pressure is generated, now what will happen? The tire will start bursting. At the same time, if you fill the less amount of air pressure now, the tire will not get hard easily. So that both the way problems are there. So sufficient air only we have to fill in the particular tire. So you also know that one. Generally, when you go to the shop, you will check the air pressure and all for the tire. Yes or no? You'll use the disc arm only or not? Check the air pressure. They'll use some instrument. What is that instrument name? Which are used to measure the air pressure? What is the instrument name?
Sir,
Barometer.
barometer.
The instrument name is barometer, which will use it to measure the air pressure. Okay. Any doubts?
Sir.
No, sir.
Okay. And one more homework also I have given, I think.
Sir, you asked us to do an activity, sir, in the NCERT textbook.
Okay.
Sir.
How many of you did the activity? The same activity, right, which I have asked you to do in the home. How many of you done the activity?
I did, sir.
Just raise your hands. Who done this activity? No one. Only Ritik Reddy. What about the remaining people?
Sir, I did it like
Yeah, did it like? So,
Excuse me, sir.
yeah, Raghav.
Sir, actually, I didn't perform the activity, sir, but can I tell another method? Another activity, sir, instead of this activity?
Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, first we must like take a glass of water, sir, and a straw, sir. If we want to drink the water, we will pull the air towards us, sir. So the air pressure decreases, sir, and then only we are able to drink the water, sir. And if we blow air into the water, sir, bubbles come, sir, and those bubbles are caused by the air pressure only, sir.
Good. So,
Okay. Can I also tell?
yeah.
Sir, we should take one glass and we should take one straw, sir, and we should pull the water like to our mouth, sir.
Okay. So what will happen? Ritik? Ritik, explain it, no problem, completely. Sorry, Shiva, sorry. Shiva,
Yes, sir.
finished?
Yes, sir. Completed.
Okay. So,
see, keep a bottle and a piece of paper in that. When we blow, the air exerts pressure and the paper moves towards the bottom of the bottle.
really?
Sir, I observed that.
No. Then you have taken the bottle in the vertical position. Have to keep the bottle in the horizontal position, how the person is handling in the picture. So I'll explain you first. The main point of this activity is whenever there is a high speed is there, high speed winds are there in a region, always it is accompanied by the low pressure. Wherever there is a high speed winds are there, in that area always the pressure is very very low. Understand this point? High speed winds are accompanied by the reduced air pressure. So same we can do, we can prove that one with the help of the activity. So just take one water bottle and hold the water bottle horizontal to your mouth, and take a small crumpled piece of paper and crumple it means make it like a ball shape, and keep it near the mouth of the bottle. So when you are blowing the air into the bottle with the help of your mouth, near the opening of the bottle, the air pressure is very high. Sorry, the wind speed is very high, right?
Yes, sir. So air pressure will be low.
So if you keep the bottle in the horizontal position, when you are blowing into the bottle, near the mouth of the bottle, the wind speed is very high. Whenever the wind speed is very high in a region, automatically the air pressure is very, very low. Okay, so near the end mouth of the bottle, the wind speed is very high and the air pressure is low. But at the bottom of the bottle, what will happen? The wind speed will be low, so air pressure will be high. Understanding the difference?
Yes, sir.
The wind speed will be low at the bottom of the bottle, but the air pressure will be high. So due to having the difference in pressure, the small piece of paper will not move into the bottom of the bottle. It will always stays near the mouth of the bottle itself. If you want to try this activity, now you can try it in your home. It's a simple activity, right? Just take one water bottle, one small piece of paper that make it into the ball shape and blow into the bottle. But one thing you have to do is keep the water bottle at the constant or the horizontal position with respect to your mouth. Clear this activity.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Will you do today then?
Sir, I have
Yes, sir.
sir, I have actually doubt in science test, sir.
Okay, yesterday you have written the test, right? Sorry, I didn't publish the results also.
Yeah, sir, I have one doubt, sir. In that, 1 minute, sir. In the 10th question, yes, sir. In the 10th question, the temperature of the polar regions in winter be low as means. I kept minus 40 degrees Celsius, but it is showing that minus 37 degrees Celsius, sir. But starting it will start with minus 40 degrees Celsius, right, sir?
Exactly, it is not minus 40 and all.
You given the notes, no, sir. In that, when I revised, it is also exact 40 only, sir. Minus 40.
Sir, even I wrote like
Even
the same
I kept
mistake.
option A also, it's not showing.
Yes, sir. Option A is not correct, it seems, sir, but it is correct, right, sir?
Okay, I will check with the paper once again. I'll come back to you. I'll explain in next class. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Question number 10th. Sorry, the notes also have given like that only, right? I am checking just now. Wait 1 minute.
Yeah, sir. That's what notes also you gave that same like that only.
Notes have given minus 37 degrees Celsius only. These are notes which are provided for you, right? For the weather, climate, and adaptation. Polar region shows extremely colder climate, which is covered with the snow and remain cold for most part of the year. In this region, the sun does not set for 6 months, and the next even does not rise for the another 6 months. The temperature goes below minus 37 degrees Celsius during winter in the polar region. Okay, clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll open the results of us 1 minute. Yeah, we'll do the results work in the last. We'll continue with the topic, then I'll show the results and all. So, any doubts in the activity?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Then why the paper is not moving to the end of the bottle or the bottom of the bottle?
Sir, because the air pressure pushes the paper to the cap side. That's why
Thus,
the paper
air
does
pressure
not
is
flow.
high near the mouth of the bottle.
Yes, sir.
Air pressure is high near the mouth of the bottle, Raghav.
Yes, sir.
No, sir. There is low pressure.
It's low pressure near the mouth of the bottle. I said you right. Whenever there is a high speed winds are there, in that
No,
area,
no, sir. When we are not blowing, I said.
okay. When you're not blowing, it will be low. But whenever there is a high speed wind are there in that region, the air pressure is very low. So near the when you are blowing the air into the bottle, the air pressure will be low at the mouth of the bottle, and the high air pressure will be there at the end of the bottle. So only the paper will not move from low air pressure area to the high air pressure area. Understanding?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Sorry, today some health issue is there. Can you hear my voice properly?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So that is the main activity which I've explained about the air pressure and the wind speeds. The same, we have one more experiment also here. Suppose you have taken one wooden stick and tied the two balloons which are filled with the water, little amount of water. Okay. So we have kept the balloons at the some distance between at the distance. So when you are blowing in between these balloons, the balloons will move towards each other or they will move away from each other. Can you see the experiment diagram how the person is holding the balloons?
Yes, sir.
So these two balloons are little bit filled with water. Whenever the person is blowing the air between the balloons, between the orange color and the blue color balloon, whether the balloon will go away from each other or they'll come towards each other.
Sir, away.
How many will say it will move away from each other? Raise your hands. Okay. How many will say it will move towards each other? Raise your hands. How many will say whenever you are blowing the air between the two balloons in the given activity, it will move towards each other? Yeah, Sahaswita, can you explain what is the main point of that?
Sir,
Can you explain why the balloons are moving towards each other?
because
Give your answer, no problem. Whatever you understand.
the pressure is high.
The pressure is high. The pressure will be high. Raghav, what is the answer?
Sir, I think they will move apart, sir.
Okay. So listen carefully. They have taken the two balloons and they have tied to the one wooden stick or the cycle spoke. So when you are blowing the air between the balloons, the air pressure between the balloons will be less, right? Because we are blowing the air. Means there is a high speed winds will be there between the balloons. So that the air pressure will be very low between the balloons. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So but sides of the balloons, the air pressure is very high, right? In between the balloons only the air pressure will be low. But other side of the balloon will have the high air pressure. So due to having the high air pressure on the other side of the balloons will move towards each other. The balloon will move towards each other when you are blowing between the balloons. Understand that point?
Yes, sir.
How many of you understand? Raise your hands.
Sir, can you tell it?
See, if the person is, we have taken the two balloons with some little water in that. If you start blowing the air from your mouth in between the balloons, what will happen? It will create the high speed wind in between the balloons. If there is a high speed wind now, automatically the air pressure will be low. Clear up to this?
Yes, sir.
So between the balloons right now the position, the air pressure is very low. But apart from that region, the remaining surrounding of the balloon, the air pressure is high, right?
Yes, sir.
So whenever the high air pressure is there now, always it will move from high pressure to the low pressure only, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So the balloons will towards each other or they will move away from each other?
Sir, they'll move towards.
They will move towards each other. Clear this point?
Yes, sir.
Still anybody didn't understand? If you didn't understand, you can ask me, I'll explain you once again.
Sir, we understood.
Ritvik? Ritvik ready?
Yes, sir.
Clear or not?
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Yeah, Shiva.
Sir, when we'll pour water on balloon, how the air will come now, sir? Water is heavy now.
Okay, why you are taking the water? Because if you take air in the balloon, it will automatically it will move different directions, right?
Yes, sir.
If you take little amount of water, at least the balloon will stay ideal for some time until you are blowing the air.
Yes,
If you don't fill it, if you don't fill the balloon with the water, now when you are blowing the time itself, it will go away from each other. Understanding?
yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubts? Any other doubts?
No, sir.
1 minute, please. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So wait for 2 minutes. I'll come and join again. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So clear these two activities. So these two activities explains only about the relationship between the high speed wind and the air pressure. So what is this third activity? Now you have to tell me the answer for the third activity. It's also same. Why the paper is lifting or why the paper is coming up when you are blowing the air above the paper?
Sir, because of low air pressure.
What is the answer?
Sir, because of low air pressure, sir.
Okay, good. Can you explain that completely?
Yeah, yes, sir. Sir, whenever the wind speed is high, sir, the air pressure gets low, sir. So whenever we are blowing air at that strip of paper, sir, so the air pressure will get a bit low, sir, because as we're blowing air, sir. So as the air pressure is low, the strip of paper will come up.
Okay, good. Next, anyone? Mahavir?
Yes, sir. Sir, I didn't write the test yesterday because I was out, sir.
Excuse me, sir. I would like to add another point, sir, actually.
Okay.
Sir, and wind always moves like from areas of lower pressure, higher pressure to lower pressure, sir. So, the down part, the air pressure will be high, sir. So, the air, it moved from the high pressure area to lower pressure area, sir.
Sir, can I say something?
Yeah. Wait, Jait. Yeah.
Sir, okay, sir.
Raghav, finish.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, good. So only it is lifting the paper to the.
Sir, like hot air is is lighter than the cold air.
Yeah, that we'll discuss in the afterwards. Okay. Yeah, Mahavir.
Yes, sir, you were asking a question.
Yeah, you raise your hand, right? Any doubts?
Sir, I forgot to lower my hand.
Okay. So these are the three activities which are explained about the high speed winds are accompanied by the low air pressure. Clear that one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll come back to the topic. So same thing again, you can see here. As high speed winds are accompanied by the reduced air pressure, air moves from the region of high pressure area to the low pressure area. The greater the difference in pressure, the faster the air moves. That means the wind will blow at the faster speed. If the difference between the air pressure is very high between the two regions, the air will move at the faster speed, so that wind speed will also very high. Then why the difference between the air pressure is very high in different regions? It is due to uneven heating of the sun onto the different regions.
Yes, sir. Uneven heating of the earth.
So whenever the air near the region which are getting the more sunlight will get warm easily and rises up. So always warm air rises up. So whenever the warm air rises up, what will create in that region?
Sir, low air pressure.
Whenever the warm air is going to rise up, the region will create with the low air pressure, right? So again, the new air will come from the high air or high pressure area. So the warm air rises up and the cool air from the surroundings move towards the sea. Okay, I'll explain this point again. The fast moving air blowing on an object helps in lifting the object up by producing the region of low pressure above it. So what is this? We have done the same activity, right? They're taking a piece of paper.
Yeah, yes, sir. It moves like from the area of high pressure to low pressure. So whenever we blow air, it rises up.
The fast
Yeah.
moving,
When we blow air, the pressure will become low, right?
yeah, when you are blowing the air, it will create the high speed winds. Due to that, the pressure area of the pressure will be low. Okay. So the fast moving air blowing on an object helps in lifting the object up by producing a region of low pressure above it. Understand this point? The activity is given in the textbook, but the point I have mentioned here. Air pressure is caused due to the constant bombardment by moving air molecules on the surface area of the air strip. What about this point? Is it clear or any doubts in this?
Sir, it is clear, sir.
Okay. So next point. Shiva, can you read this point paragraph?
Sir, which?
The next paragraph. We have learned that
Air pressure is caused due to the
no below paragraph. Next paragraph.
we have learned that when the high speed air is
Read complete paragraph.
Sir, can I read Raghav?
Yeah, Raghav.
Yes, sir. We have learned that when high-speed air is blown over a strip of paper, it is lifted up. Similarly, if the high wind blows over the roof of houses, it will reduce the air pressure above the roofs, and if the roofs of houses are weak, then higher air pressure from below will lift up the roofs, which can then be blown away by the fast winds. Therefore, weak roofs of houses can be lifted and blown away by the high-speed wind that is called a storm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What do you understand, Raghav, from the paragraph?
Yes, sir. Sir, that for example, let's take a house, sir, and it has a roof. Now, if the roof is like just a bit weak, sir, in construction, construction, then what will happen, sir? Air below the roof, it will be under like higher pressure, sir, and above the roof will be like a bit lower pressure, sir. So air moves from higher pressure to lower pressure, right? If there is like a storm or something, the roof can be blown away, sir. Sir?
Understand, remaining people? Suppose whenever there is a high speed winds are coming, what will happen? These high speed wind will cause the air pressure low above the surface of the roof. Yes or no? These high speed wind blow above the roofs only, right? So these will cause the air pressure low above the surface of the roof. But inside the roof, below inside the room, the air pressure is very high. Whenever the roof is weak, so the roof will blow up because the inside the room the air pressure is very high. Outside the roof, the air pressure is low. Because of the difference, the pressure difference only, the roof complete roof will be lifted up.
Sir, and the cement roofs will not be blown away easily, sir.
Cement
But
roof will not be lifted because it is
it's,
strictly packed with
It,
walls and
it,
pillars and everything, right? This
yeah,
will
yes,
happen
sir.
only in the case of the metal sheets and all.
Yes, sir, they
The roof
build
which is
it
built with metal sheets.
airtight. Yes, sir. In case of cement, they like this build it airtight, sir.
Yeah. In the case
yeah,
of
sir, it is
cement,
a good
And
concept.
an example, sir, a hut, sir, that can be blown out.
yeah, huts can be easily you can lift up because it's weakly tightened with the walls, right? There is no strong connection between the roof and the walls, so it will lift up easily.
Yes, sir,
In the case
sir.
of cement case, we have the pillars on all the sides of the walls, and it is completely closely packed
Sir,
and all. Yeah,
sir, I have a doubt. While mixing the cement, it absorbs air, right, sir?
mixing the cements it will not absorb the air, but cement will absorb the water from the air, right? The air will also contain the water vapor.
Yeah, sir, yeah, sir.
So cement will absorb the water vapor from the air and will become the hard mass, hard solid.
Okay, sir.
Okay, yeah. So air expands on heating. What is the term air expands on heating?
Sir, air expands on heating means when here is
So generally, if you take the cool air and the hot air, cool air will occupy the less volume and the hot
yeah,
air
sir,
will
when
occupy the more volume.
yes, sir. Sir means it occupies more space.
Generally, hot air will take some more space or it occupies some more volume than the cool air. Okay, so gases compared to any states of matter, like three states of matter, the gases will expand more when you are heating. So air is also a mixture of gas only, right? So on heating, the gas molecules will get the kinetic energy. What is the meaning of kinetic energy? Anyone? What is the
Yes,
meaning of
sir.
kinetic energy?
Sir, when a body is in motion, it is said to be possessed kinetic energy, sir.
The energy possessed due to the virtue of its motion, right?
Of the body.
The motion of the body or the virtue of its body. The energy possessed due to the motion of the body is called as kinetic energy. So when you're heating the gaseous particle, the particle present inside the gas will get the kinetic energy. So it will gain the kinetic energy, they will move at faster speed. So it moves away from each other, thus occupies the more space. So when you're heating the air, the gas, same amount of gas will occupy the more space. So whenever it is occupying more space now, it become lighter in weight, right?
Yes, sir, it will be
Yes, sir.
The air become the lighter in weight. Whenever it become lighter in weight, it will rise up easily.
Yeah, then air pressure will be reduced.
So warm air rises up easily because of it become lighter in nature and occupies some more
and it
space.
occupies a large space.
So whenever it become lighter in nature, it will rise up easily. Whenever it is rising up easily now, the other part of the air will come into this region, right? So the air from the higher pressure will come into the lower pressure area.
Yes, sir.
So whereas compared to core, it tends to sink towards the earth's surface. So the term expansion of air means what? Increasing in the volume of air. Expansion of air is nothing but increase in the volume of the air. So when the air is heated, its volume increases and occupies a bigger space. Just now I discussed that point only.
Sir, only the volume of the air will increase.
Yeah, volume of the air increasing means what? It's occupying more and more space, right?
Yes, sir.
That is the meaning of volume of the air.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Sir, can I read it?
Yeah,
Can
Ritvik.
I?
Ritvik.
Yes, sir. Air expands on heating. Gases or air expand more than solid and liquid on heating. Air is a mixture of gases. On heating, the molecules of air gain kinetic energy. It moves away from each other, thus occupying more space. Therefore, the air becomes lighter. Warm air rises up, whereas the comparatively cool air tends to sink towards the Earth's surface. The term expansion of air means the increase in the volume of air. When the air is heated, its volume increases and occupies a bigger space. When air is heated, it becomes lighter and rises up in the sky. This is the reason that when we burn woods, the smoke rises along with the hot air near the place of fire. This can be demonstrated by following activities. This fact of air is utilized in launching hot air balloons. In nature, there are several situations where warm air rises at a place. The air pressure at the place is lower. The cold air from the surrounding areas rushes in to fill its place.
So understand all the points.
Yes, sir. When we burn the wood, also the hot fire goes.
So when you start burning up the wood piece, the region above the wood piece, that piece will got warm up, right? So that the warm air will rises up. Whenever the warm air rises up, the cool air will occupy the position whichever the air is replaced. The next,
Yes, sir.
along
It
with the
rises.
warm air rises, the smoke also will go along with the hot air. So whatever the region the air is rising, it is always occupied by the cool air. So it is a complete cyclic process. The warm air will rise up, the cool air will occupy the hot air place. So this is the main technology which we are using in the hot air balloon also. You know hot air balloons, right? Have you seen the hot air balloons?
Sir, can you again repeat it?
Have you seen these hot air balloons?
Yes, sir. I saw it.
So in that also we have the warm air itself will be there.
Yes, sir. That only makes the paper up and go to the sky.
Yeah, one more thing, during the Diwali times you will light up the lanterns, right? Do you remember lantern? Lantern.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, the gas which is burnt in order to produce the flames, is it like just helium gas, sir? Because it is non-reactive and it does not blow up.
Yeah. So have you seen
Greenhouse gas.
which one?
Greenhouse.
Which one is the greenhouse?
While burning the wood.
That is different. Greenhouse has carbon dioxide gas and all. Have you seen this image?
Yes, sir. I have seen this.
What is this?
This is a hot air balloon.
Not hot air balloon. During the
name
during the
I-
Diwali time, you'll use the lantern, right? LANTHRE.
Yes, sir.
Sir, but it is used as a hot air balloon also, sir.
No, hot air balloon is different.
Sir, this is not hot air balloon. Sure.
1 minute. I'll take the picture of that.
In hot air balloon, we can
Fly also.
travel in it, sir. Yes, sir. You can travel.
Yeah, sir, it can travel. They catch it at this balloon. Which is what they catch it.
One minute. I'll take the picture of that and I'll show it to you. Or I'll show it directly in the Google
Sir,
itself.
can we discuss the question paper?
We'll do in the next class, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So this is a hot air balloon.
Okay. Sorry,
Yes,
I
sir. We see that like cart like thing, right, sir? In that we can like stand and
Sir,
travel.
We'll sit in this spot.
Most of the time, when anyone will die, also this you showed no sir, lantern, that balloon will release this balloon.
So during this will happen. They will release this during the Diwali time itself. Instead of burning the crackers and all, they'll use this lantern also. They lit up and they will
It
get
will
it in the
also
sky.
fly, right, sir? It will
Yeah.
also go, right?
So just to find out the principle of this lanterns, how they will work and all. Anyways, Diwali festival is coming next week, right?
Yeah, sir.
Sir, I have one doubt,
Yes,
sir.
Yeah.
Sir, how it will come down?
It will not come down again.
Sir, that balloon, sir.
Yeah.
Go on. Oh,
No,
the
once this is a completely wax only. So when the wax is completely
sir
done,
is asking about hot air balloon.
hot air balloon, okay.
Sir, they will remove the fire means
Not
they
the
will-
fire and all, they have the different technology. Okay. Generally, they will decrease the volume of the balloon or something they will do to calm it down again.
sir, they'll reduce like the fire, sir. There will be like a chain, sir. If we pull it, the fire will be like this reduced, sir. Its intensity will be reduced.
expensive, right?
Okay. You just find out the technology, what is used in the principles used in the hot air balloon technology as well as the lanterns. That is your homework today, okay?
Okay, sir.